Muy buenas a todos, soy Mariatxi, bienvenidos a otro capítulo de Raven. Vamos a bajar, porque tenemos que seguir buscando la combinación de esa caja, ese compartimiento secreto de la baronesa. Entonces, así vamos, aunque ya creo que he intentado entrar y me ha dicho que tururú, ahí tampoco tiene que haber algo más que se nos escape.
The doctor is upstairs. He probably locked the door. Yes. Maybe the art magazine will help me with the symbols. Indeed. An article about the different works of art and how they survived the Second World War. And there's also a picture of the bust of Nefertiti. The unique Egyptian work of art was 1913. Permission to export to Germany. Second World War. Safe at the Reich Bank. Then a bunker. And then a salt mine. Prevented from shipping the bust to the United States. Back in Berlin since 1956. Very glad, blah, blah, blah. Soon in the Egyptian Museum of Berlin and hopefully someday in a reunified Berlin on the Museum Island. Okay, so the bust of Nefertiti is located in Berlin. And which animal is on the city's coat of arms? The Berlin Bear. I just need one more animal.
Voy a hablar con el noviete. A ver qué dice. Porque doy vueltas por todo.
A deal?
Yes?
About the combination.
Yes.
Guernica hangs in New York.
Okay.
Do you know what the heraldic animal of New York is?
An eagle? It's all eagles over there.
That's the second time I've heard that. But no, it can't be an eagle. Alberto Durero.
What about him?
What's his most famous work?
Hard to say. He did a lot. He was a pioneer of woodcuts and printmaking.
The Baroness left his monogram as a hint, not the name of one of his artworks. So there must be a painting that everyone associates with him.
Not to my knowledge. Although he did have a favorite motif.
And that was?
Himself. He made quite a few self-portraits.
That's it. The artist is the art.
Sounds logical. His most famous self-portrait is in the Prado in Madrid. I saw it with my own eyes 2 years ago.
Does Madrid have something like a heraldic animal?
Sure, it's a bear. It's on the coat of arms and all over the city.
A bear
Yo soy el madroño.
like in Berlin?
Why not? The same numbers appear more than once on normal combination locks.
That's true. The bear then. That's it. 3 animals are all I need. I can guess the 4th. But I could try to find the 4th symbol anyway. Just to be sure. I'll be going. Don't waste all the hot water.
Never.
Bueno, ya tengo los 3.
Strange guy. I wonder what.
Ha dicho que podía intentar sacar el cuarto.
He's watching in the saloon. He seems like he's waiting for something. And he's growing more nervous by the minute.
Pero bueno, con 3, si tengo los... A ver, me imagino que tengo los 3, ¿no? Ya, a ver. Pues ya no me acuerdo cuál es cuál. 2 osos. Bueno, vamos a con punto de ventilación a ver si lo sacamos. Tampoco va a pasar nada.
Baroness von Tribitz? Are you okay? Hello? Baroness? Hello? A deal.
What happened?
The Baroness. Blood everywhere.
But who?
I don't know. Inch?
That doesn't make any sense.
Don't move. Zelna, up here. We've got our shadow. How are you?
I do nothing. Me crew.
Sure you are. What are you doing here?
Just fresh air.
Sure. You just wanted to get a breath
You
of
will.
fresh air. Zelna, look who we have here.
Well, if that's not our shadow.
And our stowaway.
Were you recently traveling via trunk?
Nothing.
He claims to be part of the crew. Just wanted to get some fresh air.
Oh, sure. And you obviously didn't attack me either, did you?
The Baroness won't open her door, sir.
Understood. Take him to the detention cell, Robert. We'll talk later, my friend.
¿Y ahora?
What is? Did nothing.
Inspector Legrand thinks otherwise. Move.
But I have... Gunshot.
I know that. Get moving. Into the cell.
Ah.
A la mañana siguiente. Hombre, que faltaba.
Hello? It wasn't my fault.
What wasn't your fault? That you were walking around the ship? That you let them catch you? That you endangered the whole plan? That you endangered me?
¿Y una pistola en la mano?
I didn't kill anyone. They arrested me purely by coincidence. They'll have to turn me loose in Cairo. I mean, someone was killed, weren't they? I heard a shot. Why won't you answer?
I'm having a conversation that you cannot hear.
What happened last night?
The Baroness was murdered.
Did you?
No. If it were up to me, she'd have had an accident in a couple of weeks. Instead, someone shot the old bat in the heart point blank.
Are we calling it off?
No. Mr. X is ready, and as her surviving representative, I should be able to move about freely in the museum. The old hag's death doesn't change anything.
How did you get in here?
I'm more than capable of finding the entrance to a cargo hold. Indeed, it was child's play. It's not as though I had to crawl through ventilation shafts or anything so gauche.
So, what do we do now? I could escape, and...
Swim to Cairo.
So, I stay here and wait?
They'll arrest you in Cairo and question you about the murder. Even if they don't throw you in jail, it'll take days.
And if we find the murderer, then they'd have no reason to hold me.
Oh, I'm one step ahead of you.
Nervous? I would be if I were you.
This Zellner chap wasn't part of the plan. I don't like it.
He's groping about in the dark. Legrand is the real problem.
Still, I'm going to take him out of the picture.
How?
Dr. Gebhardt killed the Baroness. A clever old man, but not clever enough to keep me from finding out.
So you just have to tip Legrand off, and then I'm as good as free.
That's what I thought at first, but then I thought, why waste the opportunity? I put Zellner on the trail of the good doctor. He'll drive Gebhardt into a corner, and when he lashes out in desperation, he might hit our Swiss friend. Maybe even Legrand, if we're really lucky.
La mente perversa.
The old fella's just doing his job.
And so am I.
Inch. Enough blood has been shed. Inch. No more deaths. Damn! I have to get out of here and warn Constable Zellner. I guess this cage is some kind of detention cell for the crew. It's not the most impregnable prison in the world, but it's still a problem.
¿Qué es lo que hemos activado aquí? A ver. Abandonar la celda. No debe haber más víctimas. A la gente Zelder. Examinar la cerradura. Vamos a ver.
Lock looks pretty modern. Needs a small key, 5 pins. I could pick it with the right tools. I didn't sleep a wink last night. All I could think of was Alex. It's terrible not knowing what happened.
Usar la manta. ¿Con qué?
It's a normal lock. I bet I could pick it if I had a wire or something like that. It's a normal lock.
Algo que se me escapa, pues. Barrotes. La manta, barrotes. Pero es lo mismo, vale. Vamos a ver si fuera algo, pero fuera no voy a llegar. Es que no tengo. No tengo nada. Examinar barrotes. Aquí ha habido algo. ¿Más barrotes? ¿Ahí arriba? Usar la manta con... Algo se ha puesto, espera a ver. Como salgo...
Like everything else on this ship, the bars and hinges are showing their age, but they're still much too strong for me to kick the door open. A very simple construction. A metal bolt connects the door to the frame. It fits perfectly in the hinge. I can't pull it out, and my fingers are too fat to push it out from the bottom. It fits perfectly in the hinge.
A ver. Tampoco. La Mike lo trajo.
Ugh, they're really spoiling me with this cup of metallic-tasting water. If I'm really lucky, they'll toss me a few crumbs of bread. I've seen movies in which the prisoners called their guards like this, but it wouldn't help. I can't explain the situation to the Bobby without endangering the whole plan.
Vale, eso no funciona. Pero, bueno, vamos a ver.
I've seen movies in which, but it wouldn't help.
Muy bien. Barrotes, cerradura. Usar la manta con... perno. Entonces tengo que usar algo, ¿pero qué? No puedo sacarlo, mis son demasiado grandes. Usar la manta. No puedo usar la manta ni con la taza, ni con el perno, ni con la bisagra, ni con nada, tío. Qué triste. Esto es la manta, vale, vamos a ver. Usar manta, nada. La taza, con la manta no puedo hacer ruido. Pero es que no hay que hacer ruido, no me va a dejar. ¿Qué más está? Lanzarla, ¿no?
Would be a real all-star performance, but there's no audience to admire my skill, and it's not going to get me out of here either. Someone should move that board before the nail gets stepped on. Someone should move that board before the nail gets stepped on. Someone should.
Que sí. Lanzar la manta a la tabla. Joder, me ha costado, madre mía.
The blanket got caught on the nail.
Pues mira qué pasó por ahí,
A board and a nail.
Ahora imagino con el clavo algo podré hacer. Bueno, hemos estado un poco lentos. Bien, ya lo hemos conseguido. Ni tan mal. ¡Hala! Y venga, sin hacer ruido.
No one will notice my escape. As soon as Constable Zellner and Inspector Legrand are out of danger, I'll slip back into the cell. They'll arrest the good doctor, and hopefully they'll turn a blind eye to a poor stowaway. Before I went to London to become Inch's protege, Alex and I drove through the French Riviera in this convertible. It was a wonderful week, and on the cliffs near Toulon, I asked her to marry me. But this is no time for reminiscing.
Vamos a ver, vamos a examinar todo bien. No tengo muy claro qué es lo que tengo que hacer. Por ahí no podré salir.
Fire still poses a great threat to ships. There are fire alarms, extinguishers, and hoses everywhere nowadays.
Hay que tocar la manguera. Hay que hacer que haya la alarma. Pero las puertas de la bodega están cerradas. Debe haber otro modo de salir.
These hoses are pretty versatile. They'll do at a pinch if you can't smuggle climbing ropes into the building you're planning to rob. I assume that Deputy Oliver is still standing guard. He inspected the cargo hold this morning.
Vale. Vamos a registrar el coche, a ver qué encontramos.
Alex is playing her role as Patricia Mayers, and she can't keep anything suspicious with her.
A ver qué tenemos por aquí. Examinar el hueco.
A ring set into the floor. You could attach ropes or chains to it. It's set into the floor to keep people from tripping over it. No, that won't work. The hose is too wide.
Hay algo más. A ver qué encontramos.
What's this? Whoa, heavy. Everything's a bit bigger and heavier on a ship, pulleys included.
Pero cógela, tío. Esto sí, ahora la manguera sí que puedo pasarla por ahí. Y con esto supuestamente, ¿qué voy a hacer?
I attached the pulley to the ring. You could hang a car from it if the ship were upside down.
Usar la manguera. ¿Con qué? Controles de la grúa, vale, para dejarse. Ah, con la grúa, sí, con eso. A ver dónde está la grúa. Vale, perfecto, la bajamos. Aparece la grúa en algún momento. Bien, te he visto bien, Mariatxi. Vamos a coger esto, vamos a engancharlo aquí. Hay un nudo marinero un poco...
I'm sure the crane still works. I don't have time to play around. I'm sure the crane still works. I don't have time to play around. I attached the pulley to the ring. You could hang a car from. I tied the hose to the hook. I tied the hose.
Vale, ¿y ahora qué? Vamos a ver qué hay.
What's that up there? A grate. Sunlight's shining through it. And above it, a bent pipe. This could be my way out.
Pues me imagino que la manguera o ahí, o el enganche o algo habrá que poner ahí.
The bars are welded at 4 points, and unfortunately they're not all as rusty as this one.
Venga. Ahora sí.
Here goes nothing.
Pero voy a... Joder, que se me pega en la cabeza, tú. Ay, venga, vámonos.
I expected. I hope no one noticed. With luck, I'll be able to warn the others about the doctor before it's too late.
Vamos arriba. Y nos vamos a ir por más tubos de ventilación.
No! Hey, you all right? That bastard didn't inject the fatal dose. You'll be back on your feet soon enough. Better take it easy while I... Oh no!
Vaya, se ha escapado.
I'll be right back.
Tengo que ir detrás del doctor. Encontrar al doctor, sí.
I can see Legrand in the saloon. I don't think Gebhard would have gone there.
¿Y dónde puede estar el doctor?
Where are you?
¡Oh! ¡Coño!
No! Why? Can't you just leave me alone?
¡Qué mala suerte!
Stay there.
Just relax.
Why can't you just leave me alone? It is always the same old story.
What old stories?
I am a decent man. Why are you torturing me? I loved her. She betrayed me. It was her fault. I have blood on my hands because of her.
Are you talking about the Baroness?
She was her sister. I loved her. With all my heart. They were Jewish, you know? But I didn't care about that. I hid them when it became dangerous for them. I looked after them. I brought them food. I was a party member. And still, I hid her and her whole family.
You risked your life for a woman you loved. And 30 years later, you murder her sister?
I saw her swollen belly. I was so angry. He was one of them, you know? They just used me. I hid them, brought them food, and in return they laughed about me behind my back.
What did you do?
There are Jews hiding in the basement of the Waldhof. Armed Jews. We have to burn them out. And that's what they did.
Come down from there.
Why? So you can kill me?
I'm not gonna kill anyone.
Or pack me off to an Egyptian prison? Or an Israeli prison? No.
What do you expect? You had an entire family put to death.
I am a gentleman. And I expect that others... that they don't.
She didn't love you and was expecting a child by another man. And that's why you betrayed her.
It was her fault. She shouldn't have cheated on me. I saved her. I risked my life for her every day for 4 months.
And then you threw it all away and became a murderer.
I am not. I am...
Yeah, well, the dead Baroness in the ship's hold proves the opposite.
I had never met her. Back in East Prussia, she was the older sister, the smart sister. She studied art history in New York, tried to get her family out of East Prussia, but I was able to prevent that.
You say you loved her, and yet you wanted to deny her and her family a safe life.
They were safe. I protected them. It was for their sake that I joined the party. I had contacts. I wrapped them in my protective embrace.
You didn't let her escape because you wanted to keep her close to you.
She sent photos to her sister before the war. She must have recognized me yesterday in Venice. I certainly recognized her.
The Baroness was searching through her photos. That's true.
She couldn't get me during the war. And after the war, I disappeared. Gave myself a new name, a new resume, a new life. And then, suddenly, there she was. About to ruin everything.
So, she had to die.
I didn't want that. But she gave me no choice. Why did she have to stir up old ghosts?
All right now.
No. It ends. Here and now.
Why do you want to kill yourself?
Isn't it obvious? He can't bear his false, hollow life anymore.
Who are you? What do you want?
A man who understands etiquette and honor, and yet is nothing but a coward himself, who, because of wounded vanity, burdens himself with immense guilt.
Don't come any closer.
The Baroness held a mirror up to you, didn't she, Doctor? And you hated what you saw there, so you smashed the mirror. But the sins of the past are catching up with you now, aren't they?
No.
A scowl with empty eyes full of fear.
Stop it.
Oh dear, you really know how to dampen the mood. I almost had him. And you? Aren't you supposed to follow orders? Are you not here to assist me?
I won't.
That wasn't a question.
I don't want any dead bodies.
The same old story. You want success, but you don't want to get your hands dirty.
Isn't the Raven famous for that?
I do what's necessary.
No.
No. What is it then? You wanted to jump anyway, or you should at least.
Inch?
I'm just lending a friendly hand. He's a coward. He needs a bit of motivation. Come on now, jump,
Qué bueno es el
jump, jump.
mayordomo.
You are the Baroness's butler, aren't you? I did not want to kill your mistress.
Oh, nonsense. Forgiven and forgotten, if you don't mind my asking.
There must be another solution.
Why are you doing this?
Nothing personal. Well, that's not entirely true. You're a miserable excuse for a human being, aren't you? But mainly, you're a means to an end. Your death will get Inspector Legrand off our backs.
The inspector? What do I have to do with him?
Your letter. The one in which you confess to being the Raven and to killing the Baroness because she saw through your ruse.
That's absurd.
Indeed it is. But people will believe almost anything if it suits them. The press will love it. Bold Inspector Legrand saves the day again. Interviews, medals, urgent telegrams from the capital. Our dear friend won't be able to escape the limelight. And by the time the commotion has ended, I'll be long gone.
You can't kill him.
Why not? He's a bastard, his death will help us, and he's a witness. If we let him go, we'll both go to jail.
All the same, we're not gonna kill him. You got us into this situation. And as long as I'm alive, I won't let anyone be killed in my presence.
No.
I have to do the dirty work for you in the museum, so you won't be shooting me, or him.
Very well, you win.
¿Ves? No lo he disparado.
What? Never speak to me like that again. Do you understand?
Si te he hecho caso.
I need you to steal the eye, but one day I could be overwhelmed by a feeling of hatred that will make me forget the eye. And there are worse things I could do than simply shoot you. I suggest you go back to your cell. You need to be fit for Cairo. I still have a confession to write.
Bueno, bueno. Dios mío, con el mayordomo. ¿Cómo la gasta el servicio?
The last act. The end of the Raven. Part of me wants to abandon the whole plan and go back to Europe. What if something goes wrong and Legrand catches on? I couldn't bear it if something happened to him. I can't afford to slip up.
Pues muy bien. Te hacemos de charla.
Mr. Jamal, I'm glad you could make it.
Let's get this over with.
Still angry on account of the good doctor?
You disgust me.
You'll be rid of me in less than 2 hours, and I of you.
What happens next?
My diversion worked wonderfully. The press has laid siege to the French embassy, and Legrand won't be able to escape them. He should arrive in a few minutes with the safe, and then he'll have to answer ridiculous questions from reporters all afternoon.
That's why we're striking now.
A regrettable necessity. I would have preferred to make my grand entrance this evening at the gala. But yes, we will strike as soon as the safe is in the treasure chamber and Legrand has left.
Have you already met your Mr. X?
He's counting an envelope of unmarked bills as we speak. He put the blueprints under the statue of Imhotep.
Blueprints?
A sketch of the museum, not the kind you can get just anywhere. This one shows secret entrances, basements, and attic rooms that the resistance used during the war.
That's what it was about.
Get the blueprints. There's a basement below the treasure chamber. The entrance should be marked on the blueprints. Open it and give me a sign.
What's the next step?
You'll find out when it's time.
But... will there be more deaths here in the museum?
If you follow my instructions, no.
If people are in danger, I'll call the whole thing off.
I don't kill for fun, only when it's necessary.
Is it ever really necessary?
Sometimes. Revenge, for example, when one has been betrayed.
All right then, I'll pay a visit to Imhotep and we'll meet in the basement.
Good monkey. Oh, and by the way, the museum is closed to visitors until tomorrow.
Then how...
You'll find a way.
Tengo que encontrar el modo de decorarme el museo para conseguir los mapas secretos de la Cámara del Tesoro. Bueno, pues muy bien, creo que es un momento para acabar el capítulo. La cosa se pone interesante y el mayordomo está chifladísimo. Ya sabéis, un buen like y un buen comentario seguiremos dándole a este de Raven Remastered. Sed buenos, nos vemos.